Uh, hey guys, hope you guys are doing great today. This is Coach Bill with Fat Loss Made Easy. Hope you're all doing great. This is turned out to be a very nice day. This morning it was kind of cloudy and a little cooler, but now it's a perfect day. As you can see, I'm drinking my fat coffee today. So obviously today is not my fasting day. Guys, Emily and I are due for a what we like to call it a bone broth fast. We're actually going to do a 3-day bone broth fast this week. We haven't done one in a while, and so we're due for this. So I thought I would come online today, and maybe get some of you guys to join us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain a little bit on how the bone broth works, and of course I'll give you some information on the nutritional value of the benefits of the bone broth, and that actually is the title of the topic, is the many health benefits of a bone broth fast. I'll tell you, one of the biggest reasons why we really enjoy doing a bone broth fast every so often is because of the many health benefits that are involved. And not only is the health benefits in just the bone broth alone, but on top of that, you're going to get some bonus health benefits by the fasting part of it. And you guys know that Emily and I do alternate day fasting, and most of you that follow us or have gone to my YouTube and checked out some of my videos there, you guys know I talk a lot about autophagy and how powerful autophagy is for the body to put it in what science knows as one of the healthiest environments you can put your body in, especially for those of you that have some kind of a medical issue like type 2 diabetes or obesity or even cancer. I mean, a lot of research right now is showing some positive results with cancer patients. There's a doctor out of Boston College that actually uses a high-fat, low-carb diet and combines it with fasting to shrink brain cells. So you can go research that yourself. But the biggest thing that we really look to because of our age is to balance our hormones, obviously short or slow premature aging down, which both the bone broth itself and the fasting does. So imagine this, if the bone broth has all these nutritional health benefits, then you combine it with fasting, how much more benefits are you going to get out of it? Well, it's huge. It's amazing. And so for us, what we're going to do, and I'll just explain it to you. So those of you that are that would like to follow us along, like I would love to see some of you guys try this, and then put some comments on my Fat Loss Made Easy group page. Just let us know, hey, I'm following your 3-day bone broth, Bill, and this is what I'm feeling or whatever. And so what Emily and I are going to do is we do alternate day fasting. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are non-fasting days. Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays are our fasting days. So what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate the bone broth fast into our program that we are currently doing now. Now, remember, Emily and I are fat adapted and we're ketone adapted, so we've been doing this a long time. We have no issues with hunger waves if we do a 23-hour fast or a 36-hour fast. It's real easy for us to do it because our bodies are already used to burning what fat we do have and using it as its primary fuel, so we don't get hungry. Plus we drink plenty of water. We do our sea salt. And we also do our apple cider vinegar, which also will depress the appetite. So we do that throughout the day on our fasting days. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our bone broth tomorrow. So those of you that would like to follow us to see how it affects you and how it affects your weight loss or your fat loss, start tomorrow. Now we get our bone broth from Barron's, and it's a frozen one because it seems to have the most gelatin in it, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for organic bone broth that has the most gelatin in it. It seems like the higher named ones that are in little cartons doesn't seem to have as much gelatin as the frozen ones do. And so that's why the more gelatin it has, that means the more collagen is in it, and that's what we're looking for. So what we're going to do is that we're going to start tomorrow, and tomorrow is our normal 23-hour fasting day. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go through our fasting. We're not going to have any calories, just going to drink my black coffee, my water, my pink Himalayan sea salt throughout the day. And then at the 23 or 24-hour mark, then I will have about 10 ounces of bone broth, and I'll put in salt and pepper to season it. I'll heat it, salt and pepper to season it. And I'll probably put a tablespoon of MCT oil in it, or I will have a tablespoon of our Temecula olive oil, garlic, to add a little extra fat to satisfy me longer. And that'll be our first serving of bone broth. Will be my only one actually at night. Now, if I want one at 9 o'clock at night, I can have one. But if I'm not hungry, if I don't feel like having it, then I won't, and I'll just go ahead and fast until the next morning. Now, Wednesday, so Tuesday, I'll most likely only have one serving of bone broth, and that'll be my dinner at night. Those of you that follow me, you can do you guys can, tomorrow you can have one at 10 o'clock, you can have one at 1 o'clock, you can have one at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. You can have it three or four of them throughout the day if you'd like. You don't need to follow what we are. Now remember, we're fat adapted and we're ketone adapted, so we don't have issues with the hormones that cause you to be hungry, signaling our brain to eat. We don't have that issue. But you guys that aren't as fat adapted as we are can go ahead and have it 3 or 4 times a day, and that's great because you're still going to get into that environment of autophagy throughout the day, because you're not eating any solid foods. You're drinking liquid food with a lot of good nutrients and a lot of good protein. So what does that mean? I mean, you can continue working out. And so then on Wednesday, which is normally my non-fasting day, I'll probably have 3 servings of 10 ounces of bone broth. I'll probably have one after I work out around 12 o'clock. I'll have another one probably around 3, and then I'll probably have another one between 6 and 7, and I most likely won't have anything after that. And then Thursday is our normal fasting day, which is a 23-hour fast and a 1-hour eating window. Then I'll go Thursday with no calories at all, just my black coffee and water and pink sea salt and potassium, or my apple cider vinegar, and I'll have my bone broth as my meal, my first meal around 6 or 7 at night. And then, of course, Friday will end the 3-day bone broth. Now, what I'm going to do, and you guys can do the same thing, is I'm going to wake up on Tuesday morning and I'm going to weigh myself. After I do my first pee, I'm going to weigh myself. Then on Wednesday morning, I'll do the same thing. After my first pee, I'll weigh myself again and keep a record of it. And then Thursday morning or Friday morning, you do the exact same thing. Just before you break your 3-day bone broth fast, you make sure you weigh yourself after you've peed the first time. That kind of gives you an idea of now. Most of you guys will probably lose water weight, but some of it will be fat weight also. For us, because we hydrate ourselves with hydrogen-rich water, and our cells at the cellular level is utilizing the water that we're drinking. We don't store water. And so most of our weight that I'll be losing in those 3 days will be some of the excess body fat that I'm trying to get off anyway. And so because we are already low, our body fat percentage is already low, and because we do hydrate with water that is utilized by ourselves more efficiently than most of you guys who drink bottled water or city water, we don't store water, so most of the weight will be most of the body fat that we want to get rid of anyway. Now, in this video, like I've said before in the past, in the description section, I'll put the outline of the protocol for you guys to find. That way it's the directions on how to do it during those 3 days. Of course, at the bottom of that outline will be some science to follow up what I'm talking about. So now, when it comes to our working out, yes, I am changing my routine. Probably for the next 2 weeks, I'm changing it to a program that we've been doing for decades. It's probably one of the best exercising programs that I've come up with, and it works well with any age. And what's unique about this certain weightlifting program, not only is it designed to help burn body fat, but it's also designed to help increase lean muscle mass for all ages without overtraining. Now, the reason why I'm getting off of my other routine that I do, because you guys know that, follow me, I mix my routines up all the time. We never give our body a chance to ever get used to any routine. Just like our meals, just like our fasting protocols, we mix them up all the time. That way the body's never going to get used to it, never going to adapt to it, and so we don't stall. You know, our strength goes up gradually. And so probably for the next 2 weeks, I've changed my routine to where we're going to be doing interval progression weight training Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, we'll be doing interval 20-minute moderate cardio with either we're going to be going out for hikes, or I'll get on the stair stepper or the elliptical, whatever. But I'm going to get my heart rate at 85% max toward the end. So I'm still adding some resistance and still getting my heart rate up there. Just like with our weight training, our interval progression weight training, during the whole 45 minutes of this particular workout, according to our what's it called? I keep forgetting what it's called. You wear it on your wrist, a fit something. I forget what it's called. Anyway, we're in fat burning for 45 straight minutes with that Fitment or whatever it's called on our wrist. It's telling us that for 45 straight minutes we're in fat burning. So my heart rate is elevated into fat burning for 45 straight minutes. Okay, so even though we are doing this bone broth fast and we're not eating any solid foods at all, because like I said, you know, we're fat adapted, so our body knows how to pull the nutrients out of our fat cells and use them for energy when it's ran out of nutrients from the liver, muscle, or wherever it's stored. But because of the health benefits of bone broth, we're going to be adding nutrients and protein to keep our energy high and to keep protein in our bodies to add lean muscle. And we're also going to be in the environment of autophagy for those 3 days, which we know is going to keep our growth hormones and our muscle building hormones elevated throughout the day. So we're doing that. So briefly, I'm just going to give you an idea of the benefits of just doing the bone broth alone and the nutrients. So organic bone broth is known as a superfood, and this is why. It's rich in nutrients and minerals. stuff, calcium, phosphorus, silicone, sulfur, and much, much more, which the body needs and which the bones need. Bone broth is full of collagen and gelatin, which is nourishment for what? For the gut. Those of you that have gut issues, you should be on bone broth every single day, at least once or twice a day. It's good for the skin. This is where it slows premature aging. It's healthy for the skin, for the hair, for your nails, everything like that. It's good for your joints, your ligament, tendons. I mean, that is all. This is all science backed. Science has already said that this is what you need to be doing. Especially those of you that are 50 and over, you need to be doing this every single day. There's essential amino acids you need in it. So while you're doing this bone broth fast, you're getting your amino acids you need to keep adding lean muscle. So don't feel like you're going to lose muscle, because you're not. It's not going to happen, guys, especially by putting yourself in autophagy. If you know anything about autophagy, or if you've been following me or watching my YouTubes, you know that when you put yourself in autophagy, that's boosting your growth. Men, you're boosting your growth hormones by 2,000% when you're in that environment. You women are boosting your growth hormones by 1,300% when you put yourself in that environment. So you see the huge benefit from combining the two. Bone broth also reduces inflammation. That's a big factor, especially when you're exercising, because of course there's toxic, it's called metabolic toxins that you create when you're exercising, and the bone broth is going to help you flush that out before it does any damage to your muscles. Bone broth seals the gut liner, preventing and healing gut issues. That's what I'm saying. If you have a bad gut, no matter what it is, you need to be on bone broth every single day, at least twice a day. Fit it in your diet somewhere. It is extremely easy to digest. It is perfect for people who have digestive issues. So if you have digestive issues anyway, by adding bone broth to your daily diet, it's going to help heal the gut, which is going to help for you to utilize more of the food you're eating. And of course, it's going to boost your immune system up. It helps with joint muscle pain. It helps to repair and help grow bones. Promotes good sleep. It helps premature aging, which I mentioned before. So of course, this is important for us that are 50 plus. Now, for weight loss, it boosts the immune system. So not only when you're exercising, you're boosting your immune system. When you're fasting, you're boosting your immune system. And when you're drinking bone broth, you're boosting your immune system. So kind of a no-brainer why a 3-day bone broth fast is really the way to go. Now, I don't do it all the time, but you need to do it to flush out your body, clean your gut out, and give your gut a chance, or a resting period and a healing period. See, those of you that are eating multiple meals every day, 7 days a week, you're causing issues. You're not letting your digestive tract heal. You're not giving your digestive tract help. And I don't know why some of these health professionals are on their high horse about eating less meals or fasting, because they have no idea the science behind all this and how it actually helps the body. Bone broth during your fasting will also help to suppress your appetite. Now, I'll add a little more fat to each one of my servings. I don't know, you can add some real organic butter to your bone broth. You can add MCT oil to your bone broth. You can do a tablespoon of, I'll probably do a tablespoon of garlic olive oil once in a while to my bone broth, especially my meal one. So you can add fat to it. which will help satisfy you much, much longer for those of you that might be having an issue with hunger waves. Now remember, you follow me, you know the secret on how to resolve the hormone that's telling you to eat. And by doing a big glass of water with a quarter teaspoon of pink sea salt and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, it will depress that hormone that's causing you to think you're hungry. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to this. One of the biggest benefits you're going to get with this bone broth fast is gut healing. And like I said, got to give your gut a chance to heal. You got to give your digestive tract a rest. It needs the rest. You got to give the cleaning crew time enough to get in those small intestines and clean all that putrefied and crappy food you've been eating out of the liners of the intestine. Okay, so in the description section, I put in there how you guys can do a 3-day bone broth fast. So the protocol will be in the description section. If you want to follow the way we can, then you can do that too, but make sure that you've been doing alternate day fasting and you've been on a high fat, low carb diet for enough time that you're now pretty much fat adapted and you're also ketone adapted. Okay, so guys, I hope I get some of you to follow us, and please go to Fat Loss Made Easy group page and put in there what you're feeling, or put in the results of your weight, or whatever. Comment whatever you want, or if you have any questions, or if you have any issues, go in there and I'll answer any questions that you have. But let's get a few of us on there. Let's get a few of us doing it, and let's just see what happens. And obviously, if you research it yourself and you look at the benefits of drinking bone broth and combining it with a fasting, it's a no-brainer. I mean, you're going to feel better. It's going to do some kind of an advantage, or it's going to do something healthy to your body, and that most of you probably have not done before. And you may like it so much that maybe every couple of months you just might do this, or you might follow one of our online coaching programs. So guys, go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it, check out my videos, go to my Fat Loss Made Easy group page, join it. I have some great fat burning recipes in there. I also have a gift for those of you that are having a hard time losing weight. There's an ebook in there you can download. There's also an ebook for those of you that might have type 2 diabetes and just cannot get your blood sugars down even though you're on the medication. I have an ebook in the downloads that might help you understand why that's happening. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that I'll get some of you to join me in our 3-day bone broth fast, which is going to start tomorrow. Okay? You guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys the next video. Bye.